Alright, here we are for round number 3. We're playing against Chenstein 9. We're on the draw. I don't know what Chenstein or Chenstein plays, but hopefully it's not something too fast, because we've got a pretty slow hand here. I'm going to keep this. This looks bad. This is a bad start for us. Alright, that's a good draw. I guess I hope my opponent plays 2 more Nettle Sentinels this turn. We'll find out here if this is Stompy or Elves. It's pretty unclear at this point. It's still not clear. Both of those decks play both of these cards. I'm going to play the Swamp and hold up False Summoning. Okay, it's Stompy. Chainer's Edict right on time, right after I see a Young Wolf come out. There's no way to snag that Young Wolf with our Bojuka Bog, unfortunately, so we're just kind of stuck. It's possible I would want to Echoing Decay this Quirion Ranger to cut my opponent off of a 2nd mana, but I'm not going to do that at this point. So it's kind of like what I mentioned earlier, is that counterspells lose value, but removal spells don't. So like my counterspell can be dead later, but my removal spell is still going to kill a creature later. I'm going to go ahead and just False Summoning this one. It is a bit of a shame if he plays another Pit Skulk next, like right after this. So I'm hoping he plays one of these next. But if I let that resolve and he plays one of these two, okay, yeah, he didn't have any. Alrighty, what are we going to do here? So, I'm just going to play this Bojuka Bog and hold up my Echoing Decay. Hold up my Echoing Decay in case he just wants to, my opponent just wants to pump. I might use Think Twice, I'll use Think Twice end of turn if he doesn't cast anything. Or maybe I'll try to kill this with an Echoing Decay. I didn't want to cast anything there because my opponent just had the mana up. I want to at least make them think about using something. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and decay this. It's going to get pumped, of course, and this isn't going to kill it, but still, we got to get some of those pump spells out of their hand. Fortunately, can't really use this Chainer's Edict. It's just going to make give them more power than they already have, not less, so we're kind of stuck with it. And like I said, there's no way for us to snipe this Young Wolf with the Bojuka Bog in any way, unfortunately. So a good draw for us here would probably be, I don't know, Crypt Incursion. Alright, Hunger of the Hellpack. That's pretty annoying. That card's normally pretty good against us anyway. Okay, I got Doomblade. Doomblade's okay. Yeah, I think I'll just Doomblade this right now. I assume my opponent has a Vines. No? No Vines, huh? Crazy. Alright. Still not casting the Edict. I obviously don't want to turn this Young Wolf into a 2/2. Wonder what my opponent has. Okay, they get a River Boa. Think Twice. I don't know exactly what I'm hoping to draw here. Echoing Decay is a pretty good one. Let's go ahead and just Echoing Decay that River Boa right now, I think. It'll live with any pump spell pretty much, but still just gonna do that. Almost to the point where I just want a Chainer's Edict to like save some mana for the next turn, because like I could Edict here and then Teachings and play another removal spell, but that's not really where I want to be at this point. Another Young Wolf is pretty bad for us. That's pretty bad for us. This is the best card in the deck against us by far. There's nothing even, like, I don't care really about any of their other cards most of the time. Prohibit would have been a nice draw last turn, not so much this turn. I assume I'm going to have to prohibit something here, and then teachings. I'm not sure what I'm teachings for. I don't have any more echoing decays. Sadly. I'm assuming I'm going to have to prohibit a pump spell this turn, but maybe I won't. They shouldn't really use it. It's just kind of dangerous. Depending on the pump spell they use, I might just teachings for, if they have like, if they have double vines, this makes sense. Let's just go and I'll just teachings for something. I can't really win if they've just got like another, like if I just counter this and then like, I don't know what I'm really even gonna do anyway after that. Unfortunately, the only removal spell I really have is this Disfigure anyway. Actually, I'll cast the Agony Warp. That means I don't die, even if they have another Vines. Yeah. Seems like a pretty decent play. Okay, I only take one. So, that was okay. Not amazing. Again, I still don't really know what they all have in their hand that they're not playing out stuff. Like, they missed a land drop earlier, I thought, so it shouldn't be all land. Nothing costs more than 2 in the deck. Exclude is not great at this point in the game, that's for sure. My opponent doesn't quite have lethal here. I could Edict them. I think I'm gonna have to like teachings for Crypt Incursion here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only have 6 mana. So I'm gonna go ahead and think twice right away. Ooh, I shouldn't have tapped this Bajuka Bug. That might cost me the game. That was a big mistake. Hoo boy. Well, I don't have to keep up Exclude. That was a huge mistake. There's no two ways about it. Now I can't hold up Exclude and pick up an untapped land. I desperately need an untapped land. I think it's more likely I'm going to need to cast Prohibit this turn than to cast Exclude anyway, but oh boy. Like Prohibit will probably be fine, but drawing myself an extra card could easily win me the game here. So what do I need to draw here to survive? Crypt Incursion would actually not gain me that much life, but casting Edict and then having him sack a Young Wolf and then Crypt Incursioning it could be enough for me. Coin Ranger, I think I just have to prohibit like anything they play, so let's go ahead and prohibit that. I think I've been tapped out a few times and they haven't been casting anything, so I'm not super worried, I guess. Another Young Wolf? Which one of these were they sandbagging last turn when I tapped out? Who knows? So it looks like we're dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana is not enough, so there's really nothing they can possibly do to mess this up, I don't think. So, concede that game. This is the worst matchup for the deck. It's kind of the reason not to play this deck. I'm going to bring in the Echoing Decay, the Augur of Bolas. I actually bring in these relics. And I bring in, I usually either bring in Duress or Dispel. I always take out my Curse, take out the Capsize. Repeal is fine. I usually take out the Deprive. The counter spells are slow and the removal spells are really good. I usually take out one Exclude. Evankar's Justice would have probably won us that game at some point. I'm not really sure. We were kind of behind almost the whole time, so maybe it wouldn't have. The reason I bring these in is like Rancor and Young Wolf. It's really good against them. Do kind of decide if I want Shrivel. We ran into a game there where Shrivel would have been okay, but normally it's pretty bad. I do have to decide if I want these Gurmag Anglers. I have to decide if I want these Dispels, and I have to decide if I want the Duresses. I think I would prefer the Dispels to the Duresses. I'm not sure what I want to take out though. On the player counterspells, they're still okay. It's probably a teachings. It's a little slow, but I do only have 3. I think I'll just stick with this. Yep, just stick with this. Alright, on the play, we have a lot better shot. I suspect we'll win this game. The problem is, it's so hard to win on the draw against Stompy. This hand's pretty good. Got a couple removal spells. I've got an Augur Bolas to block. Got a Pristine Talisman. I've only cast Augur Bolas 1 time in this deck so far, and I hit 3 spells with it. Alright, just 2 this time. This figure is very good against this deck, but I kind of actually want teachings. I've already got a number of other spells, yeah. Pretty crazy that I'm that I'm choosing not to take this figure with against Stompy, right? Pretty crazy. Alright, we got a Burning Tree Emissary. Hopefully it doesn't have a Rancor. That'd be kind of the most annoying thing. If we played a Rancor on the Young Wolf. Yeah, that's pretty annoying, but I will just trade with it. Then I can Innocent Blood and Chainer's Edict. Get rid of most of his stuff. So I don't feel too bad about it. Let's go ahead and just do that. Could play the Talisman so that I could play like Teachings plus Innocent Blood next turn, but that's interesting. I should probably be sacrificing this Vault Scourge. It's just, yeah, it's just worse than a 2-power thing. So we kind of had our nut draw against Stompy, and they're still like doing a pretty good job against us. Hopefully I draw something I can play for 2 mana this turn that includes a colorless, so I can run out this Talisman. Another Young Wolf. It's pretty annoying. Yeah, we're probably going to lose this game too, jeez. If I don't draw an Evankar's Justice, I might have needed to draw it right there. So what can I Teachings for? Nothing that kills all this stuff. I can just Teachings for like a Doomblade. That's probably my best move. Pretty tough to deal with Young Wolf though. It's so good. Yep, we're taking 7 here. We're still just gonna like die on turn 5 after like playing 3 removal spells and gaining 5 life or whatever. Unfortunately, I can't really get Crypt Incursion, so I don't have. If I had a way to like remove a creature and cast Crypt Incursion, then I would probably get Crypt Incursion. But I think in this case, I'm just gonna get the Doomblade. Okay. So that means I wish I would have taken the Crypt Incursion, I guess. So I got this Pristine Talisman. I have to decide if I can afford to play around Vines of the Vastwood at all. Because it'll be much better if I kill the Burning Tree Emissary during their attacks with the Doomblade. If they don't have Vines. If they do have Vines, I'll go to 1 or 2, like I'll just be dead pretty much. But I take 2 less damage. I take 2 less damage if I wait. So like now they're still just gonna get to play that on one of these, like the Rancor on one of these. So that's kind of the bad part of doing it that way. Ledgewalker. Evankar's Justice. Teachings, huh? So I can Teachings for a Crypt Incursion here. Okay. I might have to Teachings for a counterspell if my opponent casts a pump spell. Okay, go to 3. I can still draw an Evankar's Justice and be in great shape. I guess I'll flash back my teaching since I'm not actually using the mana at all. Okay, Nettleson, I'll have to decide if I'd rather exclude this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Man. Really need to draw the Crypt Incursion. So let's see, if I... Teachings for Crypt Incursion, end of turn. I edict them. They sacrifice something. They still have a lot of power on the board. They'll still have 5 power on the board, and there'll be 4 creatures gone, so I'll gain 12 life. I think I just have to let this resolve. One thing I could do is cast this Teachings for a Disfigure here. And then if I don't necessarily have to Edict. So I'm going to go ahead and kill the Pit Skulk, I guess. Seems strictly better than the Nettle Sentinel. Okay, an island. So we got 8 mana. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to nab this Young Wolf at all. That was kind of the problem with the line I took. I don't know, maybe I'll get lucky and I'll cast a pump spell here. But now I'm kind of screwed anyway. I could grab Agony Warp. I tried to play around Vines earlier. I think I'm at a point where I can't anymore. If I play Agony Warp, I only take 1, but he can still just pump his Ledgewalker and kill me. I just don't think I can play around Vines at this point. I could play a Repeal. I could Repeal the Young Wolf and hope to draw something good. I just don't know if gaining 12 life is going to be enough. So I gain 12 life, and then I go to 11 here. And I have no cards. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. I might have messed up that turn when I could have gotten Crypt Incursion, but I don't know, they'd be attacking me for 2 more here. Yeah, I think that was a mistake. I should have just gone with my original plan, I think. So Crypt Incursion plays around Vines of the Vastwood, but how am I going to beat Vines of the Vastwood anyway? Let's go ahead. Still going to get the Crypt Incursion, whatever. It's 1 mana short, obviously, of using this Chainer's Edict here. Okay. Problem is I just have like dead cards in my hand. Another Pit Skulk, okay. So basically I did this plan because now I can draw Evankar's Justice and win. Okay, they've just been sandbagging creatures. I guess they're trying to play around Evankar's Justice. I will win if I draw it, probably. Nope. I didn't draw it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. Means I can cast Chainer's Edict and flash it back. I guess that's the play. I'm at the point now where I can't play around. Yeah, so this is my problem, is like I wasn't going to be able to play around Vines anyway, probably. I assume my opponent sacrifices the Young Wolf. Yeah, I really needed to drive and Evankar's Justice this turn, I think. Interesting. I guess it doesn't really matter because I am still kind of priced into casting this one, I think. It's only 8 damage. Only. Alright. I'll just pass the turn. I do have one more turn to drive Dravenkar's Justice if my opponent is too afraid to cast a pump spell. Really, they should just probably cast it on their Ledgewalker if they have it, though. Alright, come on, Dravenkar's Justice one time! Nope. Not Dravenkar's Justice at all. Alright, if they have no spells at all, especially no pump spells, I can still live one more turn. Groundswell, huh? Yep. Yeah, that's lethal, I think. There's nothing I can get with teachings to beat that, so they did it. Man, I guess I could have gotten Agony Warp that turn instead of the Crypt Incursion. I might have died to this Groundswell, though. But they didn't play a land that turn. I don't know. Well, we lost to the deck's 2 worst matchups so far, and that's why I don't think this deck is that great right now. Those are like 2 of the top 3 decks, Affinity and Stompy, right now, and those are by far the worst matchups for the deck. Tron decks have kind of gone in a way where Tron is actually an okay matchup now. They've stopped packing all their anti-control stuff, so Tron is actually not that bad of a matchup anymore. But these decks are still a really bad matchup. Young Wolf is just too good for us to beat. So, might need to move up to like 4 Augur Bolas if you expect a lot of this deck. Alright, let's move on to round number 4.